We can
Warning!
do this.
The following is intended for mature audiences. It includes references to the use of illicit substances as well as crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
Put the kids to bed.
Viewer discretion is advised too. We're the best at what we do, America.
We're using that one again?
And what we do is getting repetitive. I'm Zach Nanimus.
Johnny Dim.
And once again, you are in the middle of what started last month, but now it's part of this month. You know what? It's just 4 weeks worth of the month of Logan. This week on the month of Logan, we are going to be talking about, I want to say, my second favorite Wolverine-focused movie. And that is, of course, The Wolverine. Now, this got mixed to warm reviews, which are overall positive.
Pretty well received.
Yeah, it's getting a high D at this point. Mm-hmm. Can you believe that?
Did you say a high D?
A high D.
You should have said hard D.
Nevertheless, while many people did enjoy this movie, here's what sucked about it. Number one, Viper. Viper uppercut. Viper shows up in this movie as like the fourth antagonist. She's like the fourth person in to determine that she's going to be a bad guy.
And not the last.
That's right. She puts the whammy on Wolverine, puts something on his heart that makes him incapable of doing stuff. But nevertheless, the thing about Viper is that in the comic books, she was just an agent. She played both sides. She had connections to Hydra, Hammer, Shield,
helmet,
codpiece. But in this movie, they decided that nobody would understand that Viper was a code name, so they gave her a bunch of weird snake abilities, and it's just dumb. And you can't keep track of them. She's got some kind of myotoxin. She can spit it on her dragon lady nails and scratch you, but then she can breathe on you, and suddenly your face is fine again, so maybe she gives you a healing factor. If she, at the end of the movie, if she gets shot, she can shed off all of her skin, but she loses her hair in the process. It's dumb.
And not once did she vipe the window.
That's a bad Johnny. That's a bad Johnny. That's a bad joke.
I stand by it! Speaking of vipers, number 2. Wolverine's invincible knuckles.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic freaking Hedgehog. Shanamana.
So Viper, as Zach said, put the thing on Wolverine that made his healing powers go away or whatever.
You went Cosby for a second there. We're not allowed to do that anymore.
That's right. It's against the rules. So like Zach said, Viper did the thing to Wolverine that made his regenerative power, his healing factor, completely not work very well, or if at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. No more. Get none. Go to bed without supper.
Well, of course, they completely ignored the fact that adamantium, when exposed to that much in the body, is extremely poisonous. So he should have been pretty much, yeah.
Right. So the point is the knuckles. That's what we're trying to get back to. So he didn't have any regenerative power, right? So his knuckles, when the claws came out, should not have healed. Like, at all. There should have been blood just shooting out of his hands all the time. After he used his blades. His knife fists.
The thing is, in the comic books, he, had permanent holes.
Right.
You notice that?
Well, he has, on his suit, I know he had the things.
You know
I didn't know if he had permanent holes.
I never really thought.
Number 3. R.I.P. Jean Grey. Do people just say RIP?
No, nobody says that. They tried to make that cool.
I know.
For the Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges is still alive.
No. But Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds made a movie together.
Yes.
And it was called Ripped PD. Or
yeah.
something like
R.I.P.D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people were calling it Ripped D.
Oh God.
Oh, that doesn't work anymore.
Jean Grey, in the timeline of this film and the X-Men films before it and after it, Jean Grey is dead.
Yes. She was killed by Wolverine in the Alcatraz incident.
Right. Jean Grey is kept alive by the memory of Wolverine.
I think the weird thing about how it's set up is that she's never a companion to Wolverine. It's not like she shows up in the corner of his eye or she's superimposed over people. It's always when basically he's about to go to sleep and they're always lying down and she's always wearing something a little revealing. It makes it seem like Wolverine only thinks of her in one particular context.
Essentially, she's not being kept alive by his memory. She's being kept alive by his spank bank. Speaking of sleeping, number 4. Stabby Stabby Slumber Party. I know that sounds weird.
Now that you say it out loud, it's not a delicate title.
It's okay. It's not inherently bad. We can
Warning.
do this.
The following is intended for mature audiences. It includes references to the use of illicit substances as well as crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
Put the kids to bed.
Viewer discretion is advised too. Wolverine
has this weird tendency. Well, part of the tendency isn't weird, which is sleeping in. That was weird. Wolverine has a tendency to sleep around or near women, right? Now, he also has a strange tendency to wake up in the middle of the night and stab them with his Wolverine claws. Or get close to doing it. He just wakes up and starts stabbing things.
This is something that he's done in almost every movie.
I can think of 3 times when he's done it.
He stabbed Rogue.
Yes.
But she wasn't a beautiful lady. She was a young girl at the time, but he still stabbed her.
In X-Men Origins, he got very close to stabbing his love interest in that. He got up and he actually stabbed the sheets.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think there's like at least been one general is like, oh, go wake up Logan, and like he's just in like a war zone because that's how he sleeps. He becomes the Tasmanian Devil. You see him go to bed with her.
Right.
Which means he made the choice to lay down next to Mariko.
Oh, but wait. We've covered in the last episode of the month of Logan that he has memory loss. Do you think he just forgets that he has nightmares?
And claws.
And claws, yeah.
And arms.
Yeah, all of it. He just forgets.
You wake up in hospital tomorrow, and you have no memory of anything. What's your first move?
I guess
Grow claws.
Yep.
Kill all the women.
That's what he does.
Yeah. Sexist at this point?
It kind of is.
Okay. Number 5... and this is why I've been trying to shut up for most of this. Number 5.
He's going to go on a thing here.
The whole third act. The entire third act of this movie is bonkers. And it's the reason that I can't fully enjoy this movie. I love this movie. I love this movie a lot. All except for the last 20 minutes of it because it goes completely insane. And I just want to point out, I'm just going to talk about a few things. Okay, number 1, Ninja Town. Okay, so the big dumb ending of this movie happens in a place that I've dubbed Ninja Town. Yoshida Industries' big facility is in this place where everybody knows that when the ninjas hit the streets, everybody needs to go inside. You see them actually, oh no, the ninjas are coming. And
they don't move. Why wouldn't they move?
Why wouldn't they move away from Ninja Town?
Yeah.
I feel like ninjas are cheaper than cops. Wolverine's got to go through Ninja Town. All the ninjas are against him in this. And then they get into an action sequence, and who shows up but the Six Flags Motorsports Extravaganza, where ninjas start fighting him with motorcycles. One of them literally punches him in the face with the back wheel of his motorcycle. I always forget his samurai friend's name. It's the other girl in the movie. She finds a snow plow, and it's the kind that's got blades on the front.
Shoots the snow out to the sides.
She just starts mowing down ninjas like grass. There's literally like red jelly shooting out of the side, like the ninjas are getting sprayed like a Gallagher show. It's disgusting. The whole snowblower stops. They're stuck. There's ninjas everywhere. Wolverine knows there's only 2 things to do. Kill all the ninjas and light his cigar. Hold on.
Okay.
He takes out the cigar, bites off the end, gets it ready to light, and then stabs the truck. The truck explodes, killing all the ninjas.
Stabs the Achilles heel of the truck, which everyone knows is on the top of the truck.
Logan's dead to rights. They've got him in shackles. And it turns out that they need his bone marrow. But they wait until he's awake. First off, why did they wait? Why any of this? Why take away his healing factor? How they gave him the healing factor was they put a little matrix squid in him. The matrix squid takes away all of his abilities. If it's that powerful, because Logan's ability is so powerful, he's regenerated from a single drop of blood. If it's that powerful, why didn't they just use a little squidbilly that would take away higher brain function, put him into a coma, and then steal his bone marrow? I hear you asking, didn't Yoshida want to be friends? Absolutely not. Because you don't set up an evil lab with an Iron Man samurai robot suit just in case. The Silver Samurai robot has got lightsabers, but they don't work for Logan. So he steals one and they're fighting, and Logan's like, oh no, my lightsaber's not working. And then suddenly, 2 hands. And then it's the lightsaber time! Because it works on touch lights from the 90s technology. Everything is just messed up. Why when he gets a claw, Yoshida gets a claw to the brain, and he's like, oh no, you've clawed me in the brain. Looks like someone will have to put the coup de grace on me now. So much of the rest of the movie has so much nuance and humor and nice little moments, and it takes its time, and it's culturally sensitive. It had cute little moments in it, and by the end of it, it was a Saturday morning cartoon. And it's just...
A little exhausting. It sounds like.
We're gonna have to edit that way down. And I'm gonna cry. The Wolverine is a okay movie. It's a great movie up to the end. I do very much recommend it, but that's what sucked about it.
Yeah, take that, Wolverine.
And of course, this is only week 2 of the month of Logan.
Right.
So, next month, this.
I had a glimpse into the past. You're going to have to do for me what I once did for you.